I'm recording. So you'll want to turn in your portfolio. And this page is optional. It says optional. So we can make it optional. So that's due. Okay, and most of you have really turned in a substantial amount of good work. Let's look at the Professionalism Report. And let's see. You'll put in your name, your WID number. Oops, it wants a capital. When is this? Sunday the 20th. Did I do both of these this week? Not ever, but this week. Did I post and review this week? Well, I reviewed, but I didn't post. So I have to push no. How many assignment plates did I do? Well, let's see. I did woven squares. I did orthographics and line type. So I did 3. And how many modules? I'm putting in 1 this week. Okay, and what's happened so far? I've gotten 4 out of 16. This is end of week 4. And so I should have completed 2 modules. So I'm just this is like, do you know where you are? It's so hard to keep up with this, especially week 10, 11, 12. You haven't had a break. You don't know what's going on. Sorry about that, Athena. You weren't hearing what I was saying. So this gets more important later on. How many optional modules? None. Doesn't matter. And so now look, I'm supposed to get a bunch of stuff done. Am I on track? Am I going to get it done? Yeah, I'm on track so far. I'm supposed to done 2. I've done 2. That's good. How much time did I work this week? Well, I was 2 hours in lectures and 2 hours in labs, and I worked maybe 5 hours outside of that, about 9 hours. Well, yeah, I'm just about right. That's cool. And then yeah, there we go. There. So that'll get done. The screen isn't sharing. Darn it. It was on just a second ago. Sorry about that, Athena. You didn't miss anything yet, just what we're turning in. Okay. So that's what you're going to turn in. But let's look right now. Let's see today and see what we're supposed to go over. We've done a whole bunch of draw and editing. We've done some orthographics, and I want to go over line types. So let me do this quick demo again. And so some of you did this one, and at least one person nailed it and got it right. So I'm going to demo this one for you. Now that you've all had a chance to try it, I'm going to stick it over here, and I'm going to start my AutoCAD. And I can close this. That was some kind of heavy duty stuff. And here it is. There we go. That was my file. So now let me get it so that I've got them. You know, I'll take a snip of that thing. Here's another way you can do this. Watch. If you don't want them side by side, you can actually put this thing right in there. Control C, Control V. There it is for me to look at. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm not going to use the Jamboard. I'm going to let you guys try to watch and figure it out. Maybe I should use the Jamboard. I think I will use the Jamboard instead of this. Where's my snip? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of some stuff here. So let's look at this. Green. What does the green look like? That's what the green looks like. So I see I have to get rid of some stuff. Over here, I need a line. See how that line goes all the way across right there? I got rid of the stuff that was sitting up here. So over here, I need to do that the same way. And this pink stuff goes all the way across. So this pink stuff goes all the way across. So see how when I'm looking in that direction, I see this shape. Watch. Hatch. Green. See how that now looks like my green over here. Now my other one was but that was pink. See how that looks? So now let's look at it. Oh, and this is the orange right here. Now it's kind of weird because you think it might look different, but I'm looking all along the back edge right here. That's the back edge. And if I look at it in this direction, I'm seeing this. A line from the front corner up to where the green starts. Front corner up to the green. And then down to my front left bottom corner. Down to my front left bottom corner. So I've got my right hand view. Now my other view, look at this. I now have I see that, and then I see another one of another color right here. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. So now I'm going to get rid of my hatch. And this is, I see this line. It's not hidden anymore. So I can change this line to a regular line. And I can hatch this top part, and I'll make it blue. And I can hatch this part, and I'll make it light blue. Now the next part that's kind of weird is if I'm looking at it this way, I have to see some sort of a triangle. And there's a line from this little point where the orange and the green connect down to here. Believe it or not, that is a line from that's what this weird little thing over here looks like. This one right here is that. And you can sort of play connect the dots. Right front corner at the bottom. Right front corner at the bottom. Up against the wall. Up against the wall. Right where the weird thing hits. Right where the weird thing hits. So my last one to work on is what does this look like from the top? Well, I see a square. I see a square, but there's a line from the corner to the corner. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to get rid of all the hatches, and you can just sort of oogle this thing. That's what it looks like. And look, you can see every surface here, you can see there's a triangle attached to the bottom from the right. There's a triangle attached to the bottom on the right. There's this weird funky shape. There's the weird funky shape. This would look like a rectangle. There it is. 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I look at it from the front, I have to see a triangle. There's a triangle. I have to see this weird thing 1, 2, 3, 4 with a slope. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a slope. I have to see this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I look down on it, I have to see this shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, see, I blew it. This piece doesn't belong. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I see this piece, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a square and a line. A triangle and a triangle. That's the hard one. When I look straight down, I do see a triangle. triangle, and triangle. Yep. Sort of. The back of the pyramid is straight up and down flat. And the sides are not all the same. But it's kind of a pyramid. So that's what that one looks like. That one was hard. Okay? So whatever you got is good. Like I said, if you've got 2 of these that you know are right and look good, put those 2 in. If you've got 3 of them that look right and they're good, put those 3 in. If you've got 4 of them, put those 4 in. If they're hatched, that's cool. If they're not, that's cool. It won't really matter. But I want the flat drawings. Okay, so that's sort of where we're at up to this point. And there's one other thing that I want to be able to show you, but I want to take any questions first about up to this point. First shape, stars, interlocking squares, woven squares, O-snaps, triangles, orthographics. Do you guys have some questions on that? Okay, you want to share your screen? At the bottom, you'll see a little thing that says present now. It's right next to the thing. So present now and then present a window and show me what it is. Yeah, well, it's coming up. Just a sec. Okay, well, that's cool, but I don't know what it is. Okay, cool. So just so you know, I don't give extra credit. You either get all your credit or less. So I only give extra credit when everything is done. And if everything is done, you don't need extra credit. But I love seeing good work. I love seeing good work. So you did some isometrics. Okay, well, I'm already seeing, so I'm going to go back. Go ahead and stop sharing. I'm already seeing 1 or 2 things. Okay, so let me go over this. Let me go over this a few things. So let me do it on the Jamboard. Okay, looking from this direction is always the front view. Looking from this direction is always the front view. And it's the bottom left view. Okay? Oh, I'm not sharing anymore. Thank you. How about now? Okay. No, just listen to my explanation, Jake. Okay, because it's very specific. This is always the front view. looking this way is always the right view, and looking down is always the top view. Now, when I put that in a drawing, I'm going to come over to this one. When I put that in a drawing, the front view is always the lower left-hand drawing. The right view is to the right of it. The top view is to the top. Okay, so that's rule set number 1. Front view, right view, top view. Rule set number 2, whenever you're looking at a set of views, the edges of it have to line up. So if I had anything that looked like that, it's wrong. Because the edges aren't lining up. When I go from one view over to the next view. That's called a projector line, by the way. Everything has to line up. Okay, so that's your first thing. That's your second thing. And I saw in some of those that they didn't line up. Okay, so make sure that they all line up. And you might have another one that's good. Okay, and so when I look at the top view and the front view, those have to line up too. So when I'm counting squares, that didn't line up. I have to count in the same order. And look, even stuff in the middle lines up. Even stuff in the middle lines up. So if I want to change those a little bit so it's easier to see, see how everything is lining up. Oops, these aren't lining up. There we go. Now they're lining up. Okay. See how they're lining up? I'll turn the line weights back on, but they're a little heavy. Let me make them not quite so heavy. There. So everything always lines up. And you can even see over here, right? This thing over here in my front view lines up with the same thing in the right view. Everything always lines up. It's okay if their colors don't match up. So Eric asks, I'm not sure if my colors match up. You don't even need colors. You absolutely do not need colors. They're just there to help you make sure that you got track of everything. Okay, so I could easily just get rid of all these. And in some ways, it's easier to see. There we go. And then I can do anything I want to make these look a little bit. That's too close. Looks like it's all one thing. There's a couple of other rules that help. If these two views are two apart, usually you try to get the other view also two apart. Doesn't that just look better? It just looks better. These ones are two apart, so these ones are two apart. They don't have to be that way. There are times when you get dimensions in the way that you absolutely don't do that. But it's kind of nice when you have it just seeing some pictures like this. Yeah. Yep. I think I've, yeah. Well, I said a couple of times, colors are all optional. I did it so that you could match what I was doing on the Jamboard. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go on. I want to show you one other thing. When we draw, and you see an example right here, sometimes we sort of use different line types to mean different things. So as an example, if I had a hole in that thing, a hole going through it, okay? Sometimes I put on what's called a center line. So you can tell where the center of the hole is. And we even make it look cool like that. But that's still not easy to tell the difference. See how it's like, it's too big, it's too bold, it's jumping out, it's taking away. So I need to do that in a different manner. And so we do something called a center line layer. And to make a layer of a different line type, I come here to my layer box and I make one called center. And I can even change the color. I'll make it blue. And then when we come to the line type, let me type center and see. Center. No, I got to come down here. I got to look for it. Center. And I usually pick the one with the 2 after it. And then I say, okay, let's use that one. There's a center line. And you can highlight a set of lines and then come and pick what you're going to put it on. And is that the coolest thing ever? And then the only thing is it's really bold. And I don't want it to be bold. So I'll change that line type. Now I can tell it's there, but it's not taking over the drawing. It's not taking over the drawing. And so there's all sorts of line types like that. And we'll go over what they're all used for. But the exercise has some names. And here's what I want you to do. If you look at the exercise, let me find it really quick. There they are. You see this one says border 2, center 2, dash dot 2, dashed 2, divide 2. I want you to take the ones that end in a 2 and I want you to make a line type. A layer for that line type. And then I just want you to draw a line with each one. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to make a new drawing. There we go. And I'm just going to make layers. New layer. It's a little thing. New layer. Center 2. and I come to the line type and I write load center to. There it is. Okay. And then I have to click on it and say okay. That made center to center to. What was another one? Dashed to. Load dashed to. Dashed to. I can go load them all right now, actually, if I want. I can go load border to. I can load dash dot to. I can load divide to. That gives you the idea. Now the reason, so this is an old-fashioned reason. When I first learned AutoCAD, we had to store our entire drawing on a 5-inch floppy disk. And it had a whopping 100 kilobytes. Oh my gosh. They were huge. 100 kilobyte floppies. And every piece of data had to be stripped out. So we couldn't have all these things in there if they weren't being used. So they still have it that way. So let me make another one now. I'll make divide to. I'll come over here and I'll pick. Oh, I didn't do divide to. I thought I did. And I can do dash dot to. So you get the idea. I just go in here and I just make all these. Now I'm going to show you the really cool thing. I'm going to draw a line. I don't care where it goes. I'll make it straight. And then I'll do that offset command. Turn my grid off. Now here's what's really cool. There's my continuous layer. So what do I want my next one to be? I click on it and I pick what I want it to be. And I don't know why that didn't come out as center too. Click. Oh, there it goes. Center 2. Click. Dash dot 2. Click. Dashed 2. Click. Oops. Pick it. Click. Divide 2. So you're just going to go through and make a drawing that looks like that. You're going to pick one of each of the ones, layer property, come to the line type, and just load up all the something twos that you can find. And if you want to do a couple others, that's cool too. Did I do border 2? I think I did. Dash dot 2, divide 2, fence line 2. What else is in here? Hidden 2. I didn't do hidden 2. Shame on me. I'm just going to find a bunch of them. Phantom 2. All these types of lines mean something different depending on what you're drawing. If you're drawing mechanical, it will mean something different than if you're drawing architectural, or if you're drawing civil, or if you're drawing landscape. But you need to know how to make these things. And I've just chosen for now the ones that end in 2. And just draw as many of them as you can. And then take a snip and put it in your portfolio. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Where'd my portfolio go? So that's going to go in this bottom one if you feel like it. Now remember, that doesn't look very good. On this one, it doesn't really matter, but I'm training you, please, to always work from the corner. There. And then if I want to crop it, I can. And if I want to round the corners, or even do something cool like that, that's ugly. You can make those look cool. Or maybe I'll put it in a call out. There we go. There. And maybe I'll put a frame around it. Won't matter. Okay? I just want the line types. I don't need all the text. I don't need every line type. I don't need all this other kind of stuff. So line types. There. Yes, so okay, Eric says never mind, not sure. Color match. I think everybody. All right. So that's essentially this unit. Next unit, we're going to take these ideas of how to draw lines and we're going to start drawing things. Now, the easiest things to draw are kind of mechanical shapes, and it's going to be lining stuff up. And so you're going to have just a little bit more work on that you're going to have to do. And we're going to put some annotations on and stuff. As soon as we're done with that, then you get to start drawing sort of in the discipline you're most interested in. But we're still just working on super basics. Okay. So that's what I have to go over with you. Are there any questions? Okay, well, since it looks like not too many questions, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.